Hola estudiantes, buenos días. ¿Cómo están ustedes esta mañana? Yo estoy bien. Me gusta la lluvia. ¿Comprenden? Me gusta la lluvia. I like the rain. So actually, that was spur of the moment. I decided to add that, but it goes with one of the topics we are going to be talking about this week, which some of you already started last week, but it's talking about what we like and dislike. And so I'm going to share my screen with you. Let's see. So we can take a look at how we might use the verb gustar, which is the verb we use to talk about what we like and what we dislike in Spanish. Um, so I said me gusta la lluvia. And ¿cómo se dice en inglés? I like the rain. However, this is not literally what this sentence says in Spanish. How can we tell that? A couple of things. Primero, usa me. We use me here. That is not I. It refers to this same person, but it's not the subject. If we are doing an action, we are going to use yo, and this doesn't use yo, it uses me. So we know that this is not the subject of the sentence. What else? Gusta es el verbo. That's your verb. But how would we expect it to end if we are doing the action? Remember, yo ends in o, but that's not what happens here. So it means that I am not the subject. So what's the subject? We're left with la lluvia, the rain. So that this verb gusta cannot literally mean to like, because that doesn't make any sense. So if you think of it more, okay, so we wouldn't say this in English, but if you think probably, if you think of it more as the rain pleases me, then that's more how this works grammatically, except obviously the order of the words is different, but that is how each word works. You can also change the order and say la lluvia me gusta. La lluvia me gusta. So me gusta la lluvia me gusta, but the way gustar works, it makes more sense to replace it with the verb to please in English. Okay? So with the verb gustar, we use indirect object pronouns. Pronombres de objeto indirecto, indirect object pronouns. So an indirect object is receiving something. So how do I explain the use of indirect object pronouns with the verb gustar? The way I explain it is that the person is receiving good feelings from whatever that is. So like la lluvia me da buenas emociones. Rain gives me good emotions. So I'm receiving those emotions. So I'm going to use the indirect object pronouns. And my options are, so we have me, te, le, nos, os, and les. These are the indirect object pronoun verbs that you will use with the verb gustar. So with me, I can say, if I want to, I can say a mí me gusta la lluvia. A mí me gusta la lluvia, pero a mí no es necesario. A mí is not necessary. It's just used if I want to emphasize it. Like if someone says, oh, ay, está lloviendo. Oh, la lluvia. I hate the rain. And I can say, sí, de veras, a mí me gusta. I like it. So it's putting that emphasis on the person. And so but you do not need it grammatically. It is just to put emphasis if you want to do that. So we have a ti, te, again, that's for emphasis. We have a nosotros or a nosotras. Remember, if you're a guy, you will never use nosotras. It's just for females in an all-female group. Once a guy enters the group, it changes to nosotros. And this one, if you were learning it, is vosotros or vosotras. A male can use this one if he's speaking to a group of only females. Okay, then we have le and les. These are a little bit different because le, you don't know if it's referring to a Roberto, a Maria, a usted. So here, if it's not clear from the context, then you may need to add in a usted, a él, or a ella. And that's with le. Okay, I think that looks a little better. And then, so with les, we might want to add in a ustedes, a ellos, a ellas, for clarification if needed. Okay, there. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so again, we don't need what's in parentheses. It's just for emphasis or for le and les for clarification if we need that, if it's not clear by the context. So some examples, I can say, ¿qué te gusta? So what is it that pleases you? What is it that gives you good emotions? And I could, a mí me gusta la lluvia. También, also, me gusta bailar. ¿A ti te gusta bailar? So I did put a ti there because I'm emphasizing the change. And so saying, like in English, do you like it? Do you like to dance? Okay.